Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that's just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path, excuse me, to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Lovers card. All right, so what I often say to people with this card, yes, it can be love, relationships, partnerships, sensuality, sexuality, all of those things, but it very often represents a choice that we are going to be presented with. Now, this week, I will say the biggest thing that you need to consider are whatever options show up for you. You have to decide on a heart-based level what is the right way to proceed. And this is a week where I would say putting yourself first is probably one of the best ways for you to proceed. For if you haven't seen them yet, your 2022 Taroscopes are up and out there for your viewing pleasure and your purchasing pleasure. So you can get yours in the link in the description box below or on one of those things that are floating around by my head. For your actions and options this week, you have the Ace of Swords, right? So there are decisions to be made this week, right? Remember the Ace of Swords, the sword of truth or clarity of mind. This suggests that there is fresh starts on the horizon for you. There are new opportunities that you are being presented with. One of the things that I really get from this though, is that there are going to be, this is you having to make a choice, right? So Ace of Swords, starting a new job. This could be a job interview for some of you. I mean, usually with the Ace of Swords, it's a contract. So this is like the start of new work. What this tells me is you're likely to have more than one offer on the table, which could be fantastic. The other thing with the Ace of Swords as well, this is a fresh beginning on an intellectual level. So I would give yourself some time around that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Six of Pentacles. I mean, this week, when it comes to money, finances, resources, when it comes to new jobs, new opportunities, this is a week for you to negotiate. Yes, this card can be about transactional nature of things, but this is about negotiation. This is about getting what you are worth, right? You've got the Six of Pentacles underneath the Lovers card, which is also number 6. 2 sixes either represents balance or irritability, and in this regard I feel like it represents balance. And what I will say to you with this as well, because it is the Six of Pentacles, this is a week for you to find ways to negotiate to get what you are truly worth, right? This is a time where I think probably, not always, but this is one of those few times where playing hardball, right? Demanding what it is that you want, deciding that you are worth what it is that you ask for and being okay with that is absolutely the right way for you to go. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be you negotiating a new salary. This could be you negotiating new responsibilities for yourself. It could just as easily be as well that you are asking for a team. Maybe you're asking for some support when it comes to the work that you do or the job that you do. When it comes to your, those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, again, right? This could be you maybe negotiating with clients for better rates so that you can charge more. Maybe this is you starting to come into the understanding that actually you give too much for free, or maybe you give too much for too little. This is a time where there is a great balancing effect that's taking place for you this week, and I actually think this could be a very good week for you in that regard. Now, for your those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, it's the Six of Pentacles. So you are likely to be called upon to balance out a situation this week. This could be a family member, an extended family member. Maybe you're called into a situation to help mediate something. Maybe you're called into a situation in order to, you know, to speak honestly and openly about what's going on. So in a way, I kind of feel like this is the family's calling on you for your opinion, for your honest opinion and your input. And I actually think this is quite nice. It gives you a chance to speak up where maybe you wouldn't usually. For your love and relations, you have the Three of Swords, right? So, I mean, you've got this with the Ace of Swords, and that is, it can be a loss, right? And it can be a heartfelt one at that. This could be for a select few of you. Maybe this is a separation in a relationship. Maybe it is the end of a relationship or a partnership in some way, shape or form. For those of you that are single, honestly, it looks like you're really busy with work, to be honest with you. So it's kind of like you're not really looking up from everything else that you've got going on to focus on relationships this week. I mean, you've got this Six of Pentacles in the communications as well, which suggests that if you are connecting with somebody, it's going to be on such a sort of like sporadic basis that you probably won't even realize that there is kind of like a vibe there. It probably won't shape up for you this week. It will, if you are meeting somebody, it will be somebody that you connect with further down the line, maybe between 1 and 3 months from now. So yeah, very, very interesting. For your those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, this could be the end of a relationship for any number of reasons. It is the Three of Swords. This usually represents, you know, like having to release something or let something go, having to take a minute to really kind of say, oh, okay, maybe this isn't working. Excuse me. This could also be, because it's the Three of Swords, this might be something in the relationship or around the relationship that needs to be released. And so you're going through this process of, okay, if we're going to make it, if this relationship is going to improve or become what we both hope it can be or continue to be, then this is what's going to have to go. And something about this, it could have a monetary or financial aspect to it. It could be as well that the work that you do or your partner does is getting in the way of a relationship in some way. And then finally, for your money and materials, you've got the Seven of Swords. This week, be careful around anything to do with money, finances, resources. This could be a week where secrets are revealed when it comes to money, when it comes to finances or resources in some way, shape or form. You've got this underneath the Six of Pentacles, which suggests a financial secret or transaction could come to light. Just be aware that that energy is floating around. I'm sorry to say, but it's there, right? So maybe for some of you, you find out that the salary that you're getting is, you know, it's lower than somebody else that does exactly the same job with the same title. You know, it could be maybe, you know, for a select few of you, maybe a partner has hidden a financial transaction from you. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't feel like it's to be spiteful. This might be one of those moments where somebody's done something to protect you. So, you know, before you fly off the handle, just take a minute to consider. And then finally, this could be a family member of some kind that maybe you financially help, assist or support, and when it comes forward you're kind of like, wow, I really didn't know this, and now that I do, I'm not sure how I feel. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your Seven of Swords is going to be your your Seven of Swords is going to be your nervous system. All right, so your nervous system could take a little bit of a beating this week. And it just looks like, because there's a lot going on, it might not necessarily be hubbub busy, but there just seems to be a lot going on. Like your focus is being split in ways that it usually isn't. And maybe for things that it usually isn't. For your home and environment, you've got this with the Six of Pentacles, so because it's right above it. This week, please, please, please lock your windows and doors if you're going out. This is a week to really, you know, the security around your home needs to be top notch this week, right? When you're going out, make sure you haven't left anything on the latch. Make sure that your, you know, valuables are out of eye line. All the rest of it, you know, all the stuff that you know you should do that sometimes you're a bit lax with, this week you should definitely do. For your new moon message, you've got the Gate 35 and Experience. This new moon is going to highlight to you where you are ready for something new. And this week, you want to just be, because you've got this Seven of Swords here, just be aware that maybe somebody, whatever information you're getting, you need to consider how this information being given to you could benefit somebody else. I'm not saying that somebody's lying to you, but what I am saying is, you know, as an example, if you go for, let's say you go for a gym membership, right? And they're going to say to you, well, we've got this, this, and this. And actually, this is the best one to go for because they've got sales targets, because it's the most expensive, because it's the one where they, you know, get to get rid of stock that they've had for the longest time and you know, don't want hanging around. Consider why you're getting the information that you're getting around this new moon, right? That's probably the best piece of advice I can give you. And because this experience card, it basically says that this week you're going to feel that drive. You want to do something because you want to experience it. Having somebody else relay to you, oh, well, you know, I went to that festival and I didn't think it was very good and I didn't enjoy it. Okay, that's great. That was your experience. I want the experience for myself. If I go and it's awful, you know what? Okay, you were right. If I go and it was amazing, hey, listen, I could have lost out. There's something about this new moon that's going to highlight to you the information that you're getting and whether that is actually, whether you can use it or not. All right. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.